SWITCHKOTTIN Radio is a platform created to serve and ignite the spark of creative minds, and represents the unlimited possibilities, hosting individuals who are key in impacting the culture, leading the culture by the use of inclusive innovation and connecting all creative and cultural spectrums. Okay, so you guys, I remember when we last spoke, you guys sort of said that what brought you all together, because you guys are 5 members, but then what brought you guys together was music. And then from music, you guys grew into clothing, and then this is where everyone is now. Would you say that you guys still relate well to each other? Because also with obviously growth and vision, and also vision for the business and vision for yourself and vision for where you want Vague to go, do you still think that you guys have managed to keep the same teamwork? Because your interests change. If music brought you guys together, surely now everyone has different tastes. Surely now everyone has their own favorite, rapper or genre or whatever. So people change over time. So how has it been managing the team? How has it been managing the brand with 5 people?
Okay, that's a very, very important question, especially when it comes to Vague, because we started as a group and there was 5 of us then, and unfortunately, most of us fell off because most of us needed some space to actually figure out what we wanted to do with our own lives.
And that's good.
And from what happened is we started changing, like the image, the vision for the brand itself, and there's nothing we could do about that. And with having different visions, most of us struggled with what we wanted Vic to look like. So some people were looking towards making Vague more of a party thing, like
a party brand.
Yeah, but some of us, like me and Tozy, were leaning towards making the brand commercial, consumable, because hosting events, being on posters and everything, it's nice, it's cool, but what do we say to the people? Like, to stand out by just going to parties, or to stand out by being a normal human being?
Yeah.
So we started drifting in that direction, me and Tozy. And most of the people that we started with, since we were 5, we lost 3 of them, and that was just me and Tozy.
Okay.
Yeah, because they had different interests, science.
But you guys are still friends?
Yeah, we're still friends. We're still friends. Good friends, in fact.
Nothing will ever split us apart.
Okay, that's good.
And one of those people was my brother. He had a vision, but it seemed not to be in line because our philosophy and his philosophy differ.
Okay.
As twins, our philosophies differ. And most of the time, what happened was when we came to images, how the brand should look, we had differential views, like from the get-go, until we had to actually part ways with everyone and just be made towards it. Because there came a point where we were like, let's leave Vague, like an old car, just leave it there, move on, try something new. And then you guys came along and it was like something in us got reactivated because we're starting to lose the hope that we had. But when this
what about your following, your fans, people who actually wore and who love the brand?
Yeah, like at the time before we actually met up with SWITCHKOTTIN, like what happened was our following was in the mere hundreds, and both on Facebook and Instagram. So we're like, okay guys, we're still growing, but we're not getting that shift, like that feeling where like we're moving but slowly. But when you guys came along, it's like you gave us a different perspective on how to actually engage being a brand itself. So that changed who we are. That changed what we wanted to achieve, because it just opened a different door, and that door unlocked more possibilities for our people, for the people that love the brand. And we saw our brand growing differently and our ideas flowing, and we ended.
So would you say collaborations and meeting up and sparking conversations with like-minded people, or maybe even with people that don't think the way you do? Do you think that that is important for creativity to flow? And is that important in order for you as a brand to also stay relevant?
Yes, that's true. Because if we are like-minded and we go in the same direction, we might not see other details or other ideas. We might not even come up with some things that we actually came up with now. It was mostly because of collaborations and seeing people with different opinions and minds and creative
And being
instincts
challenged also.
and being challenged also. Because we were students from this one in
What do
UKZN.
you mean you were students? Are you guys making money now?
Yes.
We shall
Okay,
not-
thank you. I am not gonna listen. I'm not gonna listen to Toby.
That cannot be
I am
confirmed,
not.
not denied.
No, I've already been told. It's fine. I've already been told. Anyways, you can carry on.
Yeah, so we were students and it was really hard actually balancing our studies and balancing the brand and also these fallouts that our members were actually going different directions. So we had less hands on deck and also we had to like keep on improving and keep on designing more and keep on commercializing and advertising and marketing and all that.
Yeah.
So that's why we actually ended up saying, you know what, let's put Vague on the side for now and try to finish whatever we're doing as in our life, and then we'll go back to it. And then that's when SWITCHKOTTIN showed up.
Since SWITCHKOTTIN is a platform that helps designers to, I'd say, focus more on the garments and focus more on producing and focus more on actually what they're good at, which is making amazing clothes and actually making sure that they always stick to the highest standard of quality. So that is what SWITCHKOTTIN then does, is that it comes through and it helps you with your marketing and the business aspect of business. Would you then saying that when SWITCHKOTTIN came through, the solution was something that you needed so much that you sort of saw your business grow, I'd say, and also it brought about a sense of reignition and sense of hope. But now with you guys saying and actually explaining that there was so much happening within your business that you had actually started saying that, okay, maybe we should let go of this. The way I'm seeing it is that not just SWITCHKOTTIN, but people have to really open up, become vulnerable, and be open to collaborating and not give up on your dream. Because in business, you fight with people, you lose people, you gain new relationships, and then you gain new consumers. And then even the 100 that you have, one day, not even one person is following. What are your words of wisdom to people who are still in the business space and that are facing or that are in a tough time right now?
For me personally, because I don't want to speak on John's behalf, because he also has an insight on that on his own. For me personally, I'd say doors are opened through different people. So if you feel like the people that you with left you vulnerable, there's power in vulnerability. There's power in a situation where you feel powerless, because that's where you see how powerful you really are once you step out of that vulnerability. And with people who can help you step out into a new level of strength, then you can actually see how powerful you actually are and how strong your brand actually is. Because it's not easy, but it needs you to actually look at it in a different perspective, not just your own point of view.
For me, it's this thing. You never actually know what you are capable of until you're put in a situation where you actually have to use your own strength and actually have to measure up and see where you can actually improve. So when we had our members, we were lifting each other's weights basically, or counteracting each other's weaknesses. But when they were gone, our weaknesses were actually exposed. We felt naked. So from there on, we knew where we were weak at. We knew what we needed, we needed to do in order to actually get out of this situation. And if you stay quiet, no one is gonna help you. If you stay prideful, you will never see your mistakes or your weaknesses. You always think it's someone else or it's just not the time. But if you make the time and actually humble yourself, you can actually look at yourself, actually self-reflect on what's happening and how you can actually solve it and who can actually help you and what type of people you need to put in your brand to actually make things work. whether it's a brand or a business is a business, and sometimes you just need collaborations.
Some of your slogans says, fear of failure and resources is not the reason why brands fail, but not taking a risk. So do you guys still believe in that? Do you guys still live for that vision or slogan?
Yeah,
that's true.
do.
And recently, what's the biggest risk that you guys have taken, like from a brand point of view, to make sure that Vague actually succeeds?
Well, what can I say about it? There are just so many risks, but minor risks. I would say on a design standpoint or design point of view, we've been branching out and we actually stopped for a while just to say, okay, let us find the quality, the material qualities we need, and a designer and a manufacturer will actually be with us and grow with us.
Yeah.
And at the time being, people were crying, where is Vague and all that stuff. And we were panicking left, right, and center, like, should we just continue with what we have, or should we actually continue with our designer and researching so we can give these people something better?
Yeah.
So with us, it was like a 50-50%. If we actually provide for these people what they wanted at the time, we wouldn't be able to grow and compete on a larger scale.
Yeah.
And if we went for actually being bigger, having more quality and a sustainable future, we might lose our supporters. So at the time being, we just decided, you know what, let's look at the long term. It's a risk for us, but hey, if it works, it will be wonderful. If it fails,
you'll
lose
start
people
again. And you'll start. But that's great. That's actually like amazing energy and actually thought process to say, if it doesn't work, we'll start again. A lot of people and a lot of brands and a lot of designers actually are afraid to start again because it would mean that you have to apply your mind and you have to really tap into a different creative space and a different thinking and start a new journey. And people don't want to embark on a new journey because you've already explained this journey of Vague to me. So now imagine having to start all over again. That's a new journey. That's new people. That's new designer. That's literally a new everything. So I'm glad that you guys stuck it through and that you guys went with, I guess it's just a decision that you make out of a gut feeling or your instinct, and you just go for what you feel works.
Yes.
The name Vague is saying breakthrough stereotypes don't fit in, and the identity, because I think one of your slogans actually says that you're getting people that feel like outcasts to enjoy who they are and to stand for who they are. So I imagine the Vague person is someone who can confidently walk into a room, and even if it's a room of people dressed in suits, or even if it's a room of people dressed in, so whatever the case might be, but this person will, number one, come dressed in Vague because they're an outcast, so everyone might be dressed in suits, but then they'll come dressed in Vague because they want to stand out and because they want to challenge the status quo and because they want to actually create talkability and noise around them being there.
Like, there was this time when Vague was really starting, and it took me to church. And when I was in church, I usually wore shirts, looked professional.
Like, was it your first time?
Yeah.
Okay. It was the stigma.
Explains a lot.
But what happened a few weeks earlier, when I wore a hat, a random around hats, and the taker bags then, Tozu would actually come in wearing a cap and a shirt. Like, and his outfit would actually look cool. And then we'd be like, where did you get that cap? And for most of a setting where people in church usually want to wear suits and t-shirts with church branding, they were like, that cap looks nice. Like, I could wear it anyway. And that's why I was like, okay, like, boundaries. There are no boundaries for Vague.
Yeah.
So you can walk into any space and still feel comfortable because your brand looks cool, the brand says it's you, and your brand says, even though people are wearing this, you can still be you wearing that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, with the challenges that you guys faced, so, okay, what's one major big challenge that you guys face? Maybe even if it's way back in the past. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that's most recent. So what is it? What is that one challenge that you can identify? And then what is the learning that you got out of that?
Why do I always get to challenging questions?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the biggest challenge, okay, I would say challenges for us, was our manufacturer. They were unreliable with time and they were unreliable with quality.
Mm-hmm.
And when we take that into consideration, it was also, being satisfying our clients, basically. When our client says, okay, I'm going to be here at this time, I ordered this and this and this, you were to make sure that you actually give them what they actually ordered. But then sometimes we go to our manufacturer trying to get what you actually asked for. And then next thing, he's not done it or she's not done it. I don't want to put any genders or clues inside. Or you find the thing and it's all wrong, basically. And then you have to try by all means to make the customer understand the time it took to actually produce what they wanted to produce. And actually, it was like, what is this thing when you cross your fingers, I hope it comes out right type of thing. So we ended up losing quite a lot of time and quite a lot of money because of such things. We had to bring back orders from customers only to give them new stuff as a way to actually say, we apologize and we realize that it's our mistake and we actually appreciate your support, actually. So that was the major challenge that actually I think we would have grown even bigger if we didn't have that challenge in the beginning.
Brands really struggle, and I think that's a common struggle across brands where you are the marketing manager, chief of communications, crisis management liaison officer. You do everything, and sometimes people want a certain part of you for that crisis or for that particular thing that needs a solution. And I can imagine that it is exhausting because we all have our own expertise. It is a lot. Running an Instagram page, running a Facebook page, running around, making sure that you get orders, making sure that the orders are delivered. It becomes such a long, exhausting process that you end up finding a lot of designers dropping out and a lot of designers actually falling out of love with creating amazing clothes and creating amazing garments because it is something that requires a full 360. It requires an agency to run. And that is tiring. But then you do learn a lot, which I'm sure you guys have learned a lot. So what's the one thing that you learned out of that whole process?
Managing, basically managing, because I won't lie, when I had to look at Facebook, Instagram, and look at the outside perspective of taking orders and everything, I saw that management is really important, and it was one of the processes that we had to ensure that was very perfect. You have those moments where you look at pictures and be like, yeah, those were fun times, but now you have to take it down because the quality must match what's on the page. Everything must be co-current, and those were good moments, but now they are gone. You must move on and create something much more bigger, much more better. And it must be concurrent with the quality that you're producing out there. And that showed us how to manage, not just expectations for ourselves, but manage the expectations of our customers. And not just our customers, the expectations that we set for ourselves. Because it was good quality, good management, and we're trying to actually make that a better process to manage everything according to what we have to do for the customers and ourselves.
So words of wisdom to the next generation or to your younger brother that wants to do the same thing. What would you tell him?
I'll let you go first in for a second.
Literally, it's like you guys are reading my mind because I was wishing to say this for a while. Recently I got an Instagram text on my personal page saying, bro, I'm looking at starting a brand. And why are you starting a brand? It's like, no, to inspire me to create something of my own. And I was inspired by the word vague. So I'm going to start my own brand with a V name. And it's inspired by you. So I want you to help me build this. So I was like, if you can inspire someone to build something, that shows that you are doing something right.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't give up on their dreams, their ideas of becoming more than just normal human beings. Like, design is not easy, branding is not easy, but if you have the love for it, you have the passion for it, find people who can actually help you move forward with it.
Okay.
Like, don't be scared to take the leap of faith and rely not just on yourself, but on people that have inspired you. Yeah.
So
I would say patience and perseverance. Those are the two major factors that will actually, I don't know, that will just say you succeed or do not succeed. If you have patience and perseverance, you can do almost anything. And so now, what's most important is to actually have those things, is to see this dream you have, see where it's going, and actually decide how valuable this dream of yours is. And when you have decided, that's where I want to go. Whatever may happen, whatever troubles, whatever situations, you might even end up giving up for a certain time.
And that's okay.
But because that dream of yours, it's something valuable, it's something that is inside you. What I can say is, as long as you can see where you're going, as long as you can see the value of what you are doing, go for it. Crawl to it if you have to.
Yeah. Okay. With your vision, how big is your vision? And or if you were to measure the amount of impact that you wanted to bring to the world, how much impact would you say you want to emulate, and how, like, when it comes to change and impact, how big an impact do you want to make using Vague?
Okay, starting with local, like looking at how so many people are into designing, photography, modeling. All those fields are relevant when it comes to branding, because you can find your faces there. You can find your faces there. You can find your photographers there. You can actually inspire young people to actually take a stand for who they are and use their talents to empower other people as well. Because we want to leave an imprint, leave a mark for more people to actually see that we are not just a brand that's there to be consumed, but we're a brand that's there to actually build people.
Yeah.
Build an image.
Build confidence.
Yeah, because we want people to actually stand out with what they are unique about. Like, if you're good at making things happen.
Let me make this as simple as I can, as to make an example. Sure. When you look at me, am I an introvert or an extrovert?
I mean, you have a big personality, so you aren't an introvert, that's for sure.
Fundesa, what am I?
Tozi and I and my twin brother are all introverts. We don't like being around too many people. But what Vague did for us is it exposed us to people.
Lovely.
So we know that we are Vague and Vague is us.
I can also have some Bible verses there.
Okay, so, you can add some Bible verses, okay.
I can't remember the exact verse or chapter, but it just said, like, it's easier for a camel to enter into the eye of the needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom. So, for me, I look at it both physically and spiritually, and actually I value it more spiritually. Because physical-wise, if you see someone trying to attack you, you can drop everything you have and actually run to safety. But when you are faced with your spirituality or whatever you believe in, even if you get attacked, that's the hardest thing to give up on, basically. So they can touch my body, they can break my bones, but what I believe in will never be broken, it will never change, basically. So for me, as long as what's more important is not actually if you are seeing fruition of your dreams, but it's more on the fact that you actually have that dream.
Yeah.
You can have hope that inspires more people to dream, because that's actually more important. That actually gives more ideas than to see physical things, because when things don't work out, you're like,
Yeah.
I tried. They told me that it wouldn't succeed anyways. But if you actually believed in it, you can fail and say, I'm going to try again.
Yeah.
I might fail now, but I've learned something new. And I'm going to try again because it's something you believe in and it's something that is in you. So it's nothing that can easily be deterred. Or you can just say, I give up on this thing. Because even if you give up on it, you will fear actually not trying and not persevering to actually try it.
Right, because what I wanted to actually emphasize is that Taylor Swift once said that be yourself, no matter what, just be yourself. No matter what the world throws at you, be yourself. As difficult as it may be, you have something to stand for. You are valuable, you know who you are, you know your worth, you know your talents. Use them to be a better you. And we want to use people's talents with them by empowering the brand, empowering them, making sure that it's not just Vague that's growing, but it's the people.
And opening them up for more opportunities and actually seeing the bigger thing, not actually being confined to the small spaces that they've been used to.
Yeah.
But the clothing perspective of it is that we want to actually, by doing so, we're also exposing ourselves to a bigger market.
Yes.
Where consumers can see that we're not just brand orientated, but we're people orientated.
Yeah.
And that can grow to a larger scale because once you impact the next person, there's also another person to impact, and that grows. It could even impact a nation. So that's what you're actually thriving for.
So why did Vague team up with SWITCHKOTTIN?
SWITCHKOTTIN offered, I'll say this with pride and passion, an irresistible offer. Irresistible offer. But when we looked at it, we actually sat down and reviewed it. From our first meeting at Market Beam in Musgrave.
Or that drink called what was it called? The turmeric drink.
It was kind of interesting because that day showed us that we thought we were nobodies, but someone was looking at us. And when someone brought the proposal that he wanted a collaboration, our minds were like, we need this. This is what we need. And it was like, already he knew what we wanted. And he was giving us what we needed. And SWITCHKOTTIN is not just a platform to us. It's like in their family. Because they're giving us a space to be ourselves. But at the same time, we're also promoting, we're also being given a space to be ourselves. Not just online, but commercially. Because products are consumed via internet and via physicality. And SWITCHKOTTIN are just bridging that gap between physical and digital. And they're making it easier for our customers to connect with us through a digital platform that doesn't take out too much of their time and hours as well.
Yes.
So we can focus on better things to do.
Fair enough. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for your time, and thank you for the insights and for the conversation and for just, for starting Vague, for not giving up and just still being true and being consistent. So what can we expect from Vague? But you've already said that you guys are working on a new line. So when is that dropping? When is that coming up?
We don't want to actually say the dates because we have to make sure before we actually release the line, it's in peak condition and we have a sustainable way to actually produce such a line. But I can surely spoil the approximate term. It would be like March to April. That's when we're actually releasing 2 lines.
Okay.
A summer one and the very vague one.
Okay.
That's a hint.
Not surprised.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just gonna be like our own idea into fashion and what we actually want to actually portray in clothes. Yeah. I think that's about covers the 2 lines.
Very, very smart for you to tell me nothing while telling me something. But
That's why it's very
Okay.
clear but unclear.
Okay, so that's cool. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for your time, and thank you so much for coming through, and thank you guys for